What up, family? Hey, it's your girl, Nikita Jervy from Kita's Peace, where we promote peace in your head, heart, and home. And I am back with another effing Friday. Hey. Today's word is fear. Fear, F-E-A-R, fear. The definition of fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat, or to be afraid of someone or something as likely to be dangerous, painful, or threatening. Okay? An unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat, or to be afraid of that someone or something that's likely to cause pain, to be dangerous, painful, or threatening. Notice in both definitions that they are talking about the future, okay? They're talking about the future. It could be painful or dangerous or threatening or not, right? Fear in most cases is generated off of assumptions and at best is generated off of past experiences, right? So I know that people hear that and it's like it goes in one ear. I know it's like it's based off the future. If you don't fear it, you're not gonna fear it type of situation, but that doesn't stop us from fearing it, right? Naturally, it was a fly. Naturally, fear is a powerful and primitive human emotion. Spiritually, though, it is a negative spirit sent by the enemy to immobilize us. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." So if God didn't give us the spirit of fear, who did? Right. It's safe to say that fear is manufactured by Satan himself. It's manufactured by the enemy, right? Psychologists say that the way to overcome fear is by familiarity. So repeated exposure to said fearful person, place, or thing will reduce and eventually overcome this fear or our feared response, right? So I'm going to give you a funny story on how I learned this the hard way. All right, so I don't even know when this was, how long ago it was, but I went to a haunted house with my best friend, and it was my first time. And so we're going through, and I am scared. Okay, I'm scared, and we're going through, and somewhere along the line, she left me the guy that looked like the guy with the chainsaw massacre guy. Yeah, he attacked me and I ended up in the corner crying. Okay, she had to come in and save the day. She had to literally grab me out of the corner and pull your girl out. Okay, like I'm telling you, I don't know what it was or what it is. I know what it is, but like they smell fear and then they attack, and that's exactly what happened to me on that instance. Okay, since then, my husband and I and a few friends of us, we go to a haunted house pretty much every year. And now I'm pretty much a G. Like I be in there, getting it. But you know what I did the first time after that time? I did like the coach in Waterboy. You know how he says, Coach, you just need to visualize Coach Boone as somebody you're not scared of. Right, and he visualized a little puppy and he visualized a little baby and stuff like that. So in my mind, the first time I went, I'm thinking these is real bad guys. These is like the people from the movie coming to get me. Okay, it's a lie, saints. It's a lie. It's nothing but a lie. I'm telling you, the enemy be lying to us. When you really think about that thing or visualize, the familiarity of it all, these are people with makeup on, okay? And so from then on, I just be in there laughing and chucking it up, having a good old time, right? We similarly Okay, we have to treat the enemy the same way. When he tries to plant fear in our hearts and our minds, we have to see him for the liar that he is. Okay, he is a liar and the truth is not in him. Okay, so and this is exactly where last week's word, flee, comes into play. Resist the devil and he'll flee. If you don't buy into the fear that he's selling, then it don't work. It don't work, okay? It goes away. So this morning, I got a call, and I ain't gonna lie. My initial reaction was fear, okay? Like, I was scared. I was like, I was feeling some type of way, guys, okay? I immediately started to consider the worst, and I text my husband with a little worried emoji, like, the downward eyebrows and stuff, and he texted me back. He responded like almost immediately. He said, it's all good. It won't be a problem. Okay. Obviously that made me feel better. Right. And it checked me at the same time because I know better. Like, why am I getting all chucked up and upset over a lie? Okay. Like, guys, y'all see that? I have it on my wrist. You see that? It says fear versus faith, Isaiah 41:10. Okay, Isaiah 41:10 says, do not fear. Do not fear. For I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. How I'm fearing. And I got it right here. I mean, a constant reminder on my wrist. How I'm fearing from a phone call. I mean, sometimes I wonder. Anywho, this leads me. So after he checked me and I reminded myself, I decided to pray. And obviously that made me feel better. But that leads me right into the other interpretation of fear that is not always expounded upon. Okay, so Proverbs 9:10 says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. We can't be talking about the same fear here. Can we be talking about the same fear? Like, there's no way, right? Is this the unpleasant, primitive emotion or negative spirit from earlier? No, it's not. We're not talking about the same fear, right? So this fear of the Lord is actually one of the 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit found in Isaiah 11:1-3. Okay, it's actually the last one. It's the 7th one. Okay, it means wonder, awe, or respect. This is the joyful awareness of God's grandeur and a grateful realization that only in Him do our hearts find true peace, okay? A person with this fear knows that God is the perfection of all their desires, okay? Some equate this fear with worship, which makes sense because, as they say in old church, when you think, you gotta think, okay? When you consider how big He is, how grand He is, how sovereign He is compared to the fears that we may face, you can't help but worship Him, right? You can't help but worship Him. And it says to fear the Lord in this way, to worship Him, to wonder Him, to awe Him, to revere Him, to respect Him is the beginning of wisdom. So it is wise to fear the Lord, okay? It is wise. It is the beginning of wisdom to fear the Lord, okay? So this week, family, I challenge you to go from fearing nouns, person, places, and things to fearing God. Stop letting the weight of the world and the lies of the enemy, because that first fear, that ain't nothing but the lie of the enemy. It's coming from him to immobilize us, to stop us in our tracks from moving forward in our purpose. Okay, so move from fearing nouns, the fear that's sent from the enemy, to fearing God. The fear of the Lord that's sent, it's a gift from the Holy Spirit. Fearing the Lord is a gift of the Holy Spirit. Okay, so fear the Lord and allow yourself to experience true peace. Okay, the peace that surpasses all understanding. I pray that this bless you. My name's Nikita Jervy, the Peace Promoter. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next week, I'll see you. Bye.